What's going on, everybody? This is Danny, aka the Great Cornholio, or Nebraska Cornholio, whatever the heck you want to call me. This is a very quick impromptu stream just to talk about the departure of Bill Moos. Now, some sources say that he's been fired, others say he's leaving. Whatever the case, he is not going to be at Nebraska anymore. Now, I have a couple really quick thoughts on this. I'm not going to delve into was he fired, was he not, blah, 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 none of that. I would rather delve into just my quick first thoughts when I heard this news. Number one, the contract of Scott Frost is going to be something that looms large for Nebraska in the next couple of years. Scott Frost is signed through the 2026 season, and while we're talking about it, so too is Fred Hoiberg. Will Bolt is signed through 2024. So if for some reason the athletic director wanted a regime change and wanted to hire his coaching staff, Bolt would be an easier coach to fire than, say, Frost or Hoiberg, at least right away. Now, should Bolt be fired? Absolutely not. He's doing phenomenal things with the baseball program, and Fred Hoiberg is recruiting really well for the Nebraska basketball program, and that kind of brings me into my next point. This was this was an unexpected, piece of news today, and it kind of puts Nebraska in a tough spot, in my opinion. The basketball program was starting to is starting, I should say, to recruit really well. We have a bunch of, top level players, Bredenbach, Gowans, players that are really going to be able to make an impact in college basketball. And in baseball, we saw just how well Nebraska did this year, and they're going to add a bunch of in-state kids to the roster next year in recruiting, therefore building that fence I always talk about. Now, as far as football goes, you've heard me talk about it. I've heard you guys talk about it. Football is the big thing for me here. Scott Frost hasn't won many games during his tenure here. We can delve into why. We can delve into who. We can delve into whatever reasons we want to talk about that. We can do that later. Point is, Frost has not won many games in his tenure at Nebraska. Will the new athletic director, whoever it will be, stick with Frost through 2026? Or will he say, you know what, we're not getting the results on the field. I've seen enough. Let's, go in a different direction. And I've been reading some of the replies that, people have sent me over these past couple of days. And, past couple of minutes, feels like the past couple of days. And, one person said, it sucks because the baseball program was just starting to see success, and all the football and basketball teams need right now are a normal year. How do we expect these programs to succeed if there is constantly big change? It blows my mind. That was from my friend Royal Cornhusker, and I tend to agree with him there. The knock on Nebraska over the past couple of years, whether it be coaching, recruiting, play calling, especially in football and basketball, is consistency. And yet again, Nebraska is going to have to deal with a new regime and, a new potential direction for this athletic department. You saw, this year kind of the seeds being planted for the programs to have that stability, and now that stability is completely gone once again. Reading a couple of the other replies I got here. One said, I really didn't see this coming. I'm anticipating the press release. Also very nervous about who the new athletic director will be. I was talking to a Nebraska fan friend, and he said he wonders if they will promote Matt Davidson from within. Look, I don't know. I don't have any big time sources. I don't have any, real insight into that quite yet, but I am anticipating, somebody that can not get the programs back on track, but somebody that is going to need to be clear about what he or she wants and be clear about what the future is for this athletic department, because big changes may need to be made depending on what the athletic directors see fit. My personal opinion, whenever I wrote about Bill, I always thought he was more of the figurehead athletic director. I'll call him the Queen athletic director because he held the title, but I didn't really see him, too involved in certain aspects of the athletic programs. Nevertheless, he had been there a while, and people knew him. Some people respected him, and some people, really enjoyed, what he did in Lincoln. I say some people because not everybody is going to like anybody. There's always going to be people who disagree, and that's okay. But in the meantime, Nebraska is going to have to quickly go on a new athletic director search or quickly name who, they're going to have to bring in, because this is kind of a strange time for this announcement to be happening, because the programs are in a good place right now in terms of recruiting, and that leads to program building, and that leads to success for years to come. Now things may be shaken up a little bit in the near future. I don't think any big changes will be taking place this year, but I do think that changes may come in the future, especially if the football program doesn't start winning or the basketball program doesn't start winning. The baseball program is probably going to be the safest out of all of them because they've managed to play at a consistent and high level. Now, I only mention the football, baseball, and basketball programs because those are the ones I cover. I have nothing against any of the other athletic programs. Those are just the three that I know best, and those are the three I cover the most. So I'm surprised by this firing just due to the timing of it. I'll be interested to see what comes of this, and I'll be interested to see how the new athletic director implements his own style, for Nebraska athletics. So that's all for today. That was just a quick blip. I figured I had to do a video because I didn't have time to write, and video's easier at the moment. So I'll probably be doing a couple more of these if any other news breaks throughout the course of the summer, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more prepared. So thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support, and go Big Red.